Hey there, if you are in Houston, you know it's about to pour down rain, so be safe out there. It's very dark and stormy looking outside. So we will see what today's message is, Daniel 10:18. And okay, so far this week has been real good messages, but let's check it out. Daniel 10:18. Okay, this says the subject starts off Daniel's vision by the Tigris River. During the third year that Cyrus was the king of Persia, these things were known to Daniel. Daniel's other name is Belteshazzar. They are true, but very hard to understand. Daniel understood them because they were explained to him in a vision. At that time, I, Daniel, was very sad for 3 weeks. During those 3 weeks, I didn't eat any fancy food. I didn't eat any meat or drink any wine. I didn't put any oil on my head. I didn't do any of these things for 3 weeks. On the 24th day of the first month of the year, I was standing beside the great Tigris River. While I was standing there, I looked up and I saw a man standing in front of me. He was wearing linen clothes. He wore a belt made of pure gold around his waist. His body was like a smooth, shiny stone. His face was bright like lightning. His eyes were like flames of fire. His arms and feet were shining like polished brass. His voice was loud like a crowd of people. I, Daniel, was the only one who saw the vision. The men with me didn't see the vision, but they were still afraid. They were so afraid that they ran away and hid. So I was left alone. I was watching this vision and it made me afraid. I lost my strength. My face turned white like a dead person's face, and I was helpless. Then I heard the man in the vision talking. As I listened to his voice, I fell into a deep sleep with my face on the ground. Then a hand touched me. When that happened, I got on my hands and knees. I was so afraid that I was shaking. The man in the vision said to me, Daniel, God loves you very much. Think very carefully about the words I will speak to you. Stand up. I have been sent to you. And when he said this, I stood up. I was still shaking because I was afraid. Then the man in the vision started talking again. He said, Daniel, do not be afraid. From the very first day you decided to get wisdom and to be humble in front of God, He has been listening to your prayers. I came to you because you have been praying. But the prince of Persia has been fighting against me for 21 days. Then Michael, one of the most important princes, came to help me because I was stuck there with the king of Persia. Now I have come to you, Daniel, to explain to you what will happen to your people in the future. The vision is about a time in the future. While the man was talking to me, I bowed low with my face toward the ground. I could not speak. Then the one who looked like a man touched my lips. I opened my mouth and started to speak. I said to the one standing in front of me, Sir, I am upset and afraid because of what I saw in the vision. I feel helpless. Sir, I am Daniel, your servant. How can I talk with you? My strength is gone, and it is hard for me to breathe. The one who looked like a man touched me again. When he touched me, I felt better. Then he said, Daniel, don't be afraid. God loves you very much. Peace be with you. Be strong now. Be strong. When he spoke to me, I became stronger. Then I said, Sir, you have given me strength. Now you can speak. So then he said, Daniel, do you know why I have come to you? Soon I must go back to fight against the prince of Persia. When I go, the prince of Greece will come. But Daniel, before I go, I must first tell you what is written in the book of truth. No one stands with me against those evil angels except Michael, the prince over your people. Okay, so this is just basically a vision. Um, Daniel, in summary, if I can remember right, Daniel's the one who had got captured by a certain country, and he still stuck with his principles. I think this is him. Pretty much when his people got captured, the Israelites, some of them got taken to wherever, Babylon or wherever, someplace. And the people of the capturing country, they wanted them to act like them and eat like them, etc. But Daniel stayed true to his eating style from what God told them they should eat and all the other stuff. So he didn't want to eat their food or whatever, and he just respected God's principles while he was even taken away to another place. Okay, so pretty much he's in a deep relationship with God, and he has this vision where this angel or some other being comes to him and is talking to him and he says, I'm going to show you a vision of what happens to your people. Pretty much way later on in Revelations, I think. Like he's going to give him a vision of what's going to happen to his people or humans in whole. So Daniel is just scared to stand in front of him, and the angel, whoever he's talking to, he's making him feel comfortable about being able to talk to him. Now it'd be interesting to go on to tell the vision that he would say, that he tell you about what future things that the angel came there to tell him about. So I think I might just do that. Let me just see something. Yeah, it's just about the end times or whatever. He's giving him a future about what's going to take place in the far future, and telling Daniel all the visions. So Daniel's taken all that in, and the summary of the whole chapter is about that if you pray to God, He hears you. Can you notice when I was reading that it said that the angel came to him because God had saw him praying and saw him being humble before him and respecting him. So God wanted to send a message to him directly because he saw all his respect for him. He just wanted to give him a little heads up, like, oh, wait a second, I see you respecting me, etc. And here's what's going to happen in the future. I'll just tell you about it since you've been so faithful to me. So that gives us a note. If we're faithful to God, keep praying, etc. Keep on being in a relationship with God, even though it doesn't seem like anything's happening. Because also we get an example here where the angel who came to Daniel said, look, I've been trying to come to you for about 21 days now, but the Prince of Persia, every time they say the Prince of Persia, that means evil or the devil or evil one or whatever. He said he was there fighting with the king of Persia. The evil one did not want the angel to come to Daniel and give him the message. So he had to really battle it out with him and also another angel, Michael. And you can take note in this. It says that Michael is the angel of our people or of humanity, almost like a protector of humanity. So that they give you a little inside clues to like the spiritual realm or the spiritual world of things. But it's all clues within this vision. So from what we can get from this, the whole summary is that keep praying. If your prayers are being hindered, if you think this is something that God definitely would respond on and you're wondering why haven't you responded, then sometimes there's a battle where they have to get through, evil before they can come to you, etc. But this was also written in the Old Testament. Actually, in the New Testament, evil has been conquered by Jesus Christ already. So who knows if they still have a battle to go to when angels are trying to get an answer to you that God, when you've been praying to God. But either way, keep it up. God hears you. God sees your humbleness before Him. Don't think you're not being heard. God hears you. And the specific verse said, number 18, the one who looked like a man touched me again. When he touched me, I felt better. Just be touched by, you know, by God's essence, and you will definitely feel better no matter what situation you're going through. So that is about the only things you can pull out of this. Until then, just be blessed in everything and stay out of the way. Goodbye, everyone.